1 year on YouTube. Right, let's have a chat. How's it going, guys? My name is Matt. This is my beard. The fork mic is back. Due to popular demand, fork mic is back. So, 1 year on YouTube. I started this journey on the 16th of August 2024. A year ago today. It's a bit of a weird one. I never really knew what I wanted to do with my YouTube. I had an idea to sort of chronicle my journey through my own hobby, whilst also paying mind to mindfulness and mental health, and sort of trying to articulate to you, the audience, as to how I effectively bridge that gap. So how I use my hobby to help manage my mental health. So for full transparency, I suffer from... well, I don't even, suffer's probably the wrong word. I live with depression and a bit of anxiety. My depression is effectively like waves, and it's like erosive. So it kind of like, it comes and it takes a bit of me away, and then I have to go and find it again. And it's like, it's a bit painful. But I've had that for a couple of years now, and I've been going through the healing process through a lot of different things. I'm fully transparent. I'm open book about it. I'm not I have no shame in it because it's part of who I am. And so when I created this YouTube channel, it was to kind of voice or be basically champion the idea of using the hobby to basically try and like give you that escapism, that healthy escapism to process things in your own way. Because in my own journey, I found that having that point of focus for me, just in my own hobby, I was coming out of my painting session or whatever, and I was feeling a bit more relaxed and calm and a bit more zen. And to a certain extent, it was kind of like a meditative process for me. And I kind of discovered that along the way. So I started the channel in August of last year, whilst I was on the waiting list for some intense cognitive behavioural therapy. Basically a way in which to like manage and give myself mechanisms to cope with different forms of depression. Because I will be fully transparent, there was times where things got really dark, and I didn't know how to cope with that anymore. I'd kind of expunged all of my, my regulatory things, and I knew that if I were to turn to alcohol, that would be a slippery slope that leads to something that I didn't want to happen, even though my mind was telling me I did want that to happen, and it wasn't very nice. So yeah, I turned to painting. And then a year later, I'm here. And I'm happy, or happier rather. And yeah, I appreciate that this is a really strange way to kind of celebrate my first year on YouTube. And yes, that is it's the number 1 balloon. It's a balloon of the number 1. Nothing else. Get your minds out of the gutter. But yeah. So let's talk about the channel. So I have done 67 videos, 2 of which are unlisted. They are the Space Marine 2 videos that I tried to do. I wanted to do a series where I went from start to finish on Space Marine 2, enjoying the game. I could not get the technology bit to work. I couldn't get my Xbox to record for long enough, and I couldn't sort of figure out, without outlaying quite a bit of money, as to how I would record off of my Xbox and how I would do that whole thing. Subsequently, I found out a really cool way of doing it. That's by the by. Anyway, from those 67 videos, there's been over 3,124 hours of view time, which in a year is pretty good. And out of that 3,124 hours of view time, we've got 51,624 views. 51,000 views on my videos. That is crazy. That blows my mind. And that's netted 749 subscribers as of recording this video. And that's not even half the journey. During this last year, I have gone from going to UK Games Expo just as a regular patron to being press and getting my pass, and I was able to attend to do press things. Like, I've got a video that's coming up with gameplay of Malediction. And I'm yet to properly cut that up and get it all edited nicely because I was having some issues with the audio in post. So I'm going to get that all sorted out, and then Malediction, there'll be a video about that. And then there'll be a second video about that, me actually playing it, because there's actually a guy down at Clubhouse who wants to play it as well. So instead of setting up a game like I intended on doing, I've actually got somebody who's shown interest in playing. So that's really, really cool. Second to that, podcasts. I've been on a number of podcasts over the past few months. I've been on the Second Best Guides podcast, and I've also been on the Minecro Macho Entertainment podcast, and I've been on, it's not been released yet, but I've been on a additional podcast. Yeah, I've been on a few things, and it's been really fun. And these are with my friends, you know. And speaking of podcasts, I've become the new host alongside Chris. So Chris is the founder and the host of Some City Radio. I am the other host. There's been a big change in the Some City Radio community recently. One of the hosts is no longer with Some City Radio, and I've joined the team. So there's myself, there's Chris, there's Del, there's Carl, there's Simon, and Graham, and Dan. And yeah, we're a really good team. Like a seriously good team, and we're planning to launch our first episode in quite some time. In, I believe it's September, if we can get everything over that we want to have over. But then second to that, I've been working my magic in the background, and I've been doing some serious stuff for the podcast, which is going to really net a great episode, a great few episodes, hopefully. And then I've started Scum on the Tyne. So Scum on the Tyne, I came up with the idea of hosting a Necromunda event in Clubhouse just at the same time as I got invited to be the next host for Some City Radio. And Chris and I got to talking about he and I basically joint venturing Scum on the Tyne. And yeah, so at the end of this month, 30th of August, my first event is going to be a thing. So it's now a Some City Radio event, and obviously Chris and I are both organising it, but it's going to be my first time as a organiser, because I haven't organised events like this before. So overall, I'm really excited as to the trajectory that this channel has sort of put me on, and through conversations in the community, and the impact that I'm seemingly delivering through my chill hammer approach to YouTube. Like, I'm happy and I'm content and I'm really enjoying it. Now, I appreciate over the last month I've had a bit of a quiet spell. That's because I've been doing a load of stuff in the background with Clubhouse. I'll be fully transparent there. I've been working my socks off in the background with Clubhouse, doing loads of really cool stuff. Things that will be beneficial for Relentless Matt, for Some City Radio, for Clubhouse, for everything and everyone involved, and more. So there's loads of stuff going on there. Overall, it's just been a busy time, and it is what it is. And I had my birthday through that, and I've been for a massive meetup down at Warhammer World, which was phenomenal. So that was a great day. yeah, there's just loads going on, absolutely loads going on, and it's exciting, and I'm excited, and I'll look to continue that excitement going forward. Now, don't worry, there's no update or anything on this video. There's no big reveal or anything, outside of one thing, which is a giveaway. So until the end of August, I'm going to have a post on my Instagram page, and basically, if you comment on that Instagram post, Fork Mike sent me here, like and comment on this video, like and comment Fork Mike sent me here on the Instagram post, you'll be in with a chance of winning a gang of your choosing. So what I'll be doing is I'll be getting in contact with the winner on the 1st of September. It's just I'm going to do a random names thing. I'll be getting in contact with the winner on Instagram, and we'll be organising which gang you want us to get you, and you'll get a nice special surprise on top of your gang, and I'll ship it anywhere. I don't care. Like, I want to give you guys something back. And there'll be some more giveaways and stuff coming in the future as well, but for the here and now, I'm wanting to give you guys a gang for Necromunda. And it would be cool to do like a little giveaway like this, you know. As I say, just like this video, comment on this video what your favourite moment has been over the last year for the channel, or your favourite thing that's happened in your hobby. Just tell me something good. I want to hear some good stuff from you guys as to what you've experienced over the last year and what you're thankful for or positive about, and all that sort of thing, all about the hobby. And then on the Instagram side of things, make sure you like and comment Fork Mike sent me here. And that's it. That's where we're at. So I bought a balloon for this video. It's full of helium. I'm probably going to take it to my house farm later on and just kind of let them have at it, because everybody loves the helium voice. The really high-pitched, squeaky voice, and they're all children. They're not children, they're adults, but they all act like kids. It's a really fun household to be in. So there we go. So what comes next? Well, what's coming next is I am featuring on a podcast. I'll tell you, it is the Once Upon a Kill Team podcast, which sounds like a weird inclusion of a Necromunda guy. However, it's all surrounding Tyranids, and anybody who knows me knows how much I love Tyranids, which nicely leads on to the next thing. So I've been spending quite a lot of time as to kind of getting my notes together and getting my sort of ducks in a row for my Tyranids documentary thing that I've spoken about a couple of times on the channel. I'll be starting to film that soon. I did start to film it earlier on in the year, but then I scrapped the entirety. I wasn't happy with how it was coming out, and I don't think I was skilled enough to edit it the way that I wanted it to come out. So I feel a lot more comfortable in that regard now. So that video, it's going to be a long video, but it's going to be a good video. And hopefully you guys will enjoy it. But that'll be coming hopefully by the end of the year. I'm kind of giving myself the goal of getting it done by the end of 2025. After that, there's been a big shift up in my sort of what I'm enjoying in the hobby. So I started the year with some goals, and there's a few of those goals which are kind of like put to one side. So for example, my Dark Angels, I'm no longer pursuing my Dark Angels. I've fallen out of love with it massively, because I simply can't get that colour scheme down, and no matter how many times I try it with different people like helping me out, I just don't gel with the colour scheme anymore. So I've decided that I'm going to put a lid on the Dark Angels for now, and we may revisit it in the future, but for now it's a no-go. I've recently also turned on to 30k, so I've gotten a few bits for some Horus Heresy stuff, so I'll be doing some Horus Heresy content soon. But for the here and now, I'm going to be focusing quite a bit on Necromunda, because I've got quite an exciting couple of months ahead of me with Necromunda, with a couple of events that I'm going to, so that'll be really cool. But that's it. 1 year on YouTube, one giveaway to end the year off. I think that's quite nice. As I say, you've got until the end of August to get your comments in. Remember, the Fork Mike sent you. And yeah, I think that's it. I just want to say thank you to everybody who's stuck around and watched this video and stuck around and watched the rest of my videos too. It really does mean a lot. And if you are new around here and this is your first, first stepping stone into the world of Relentless Matt, then welcome, and I hope you enjoy your stay. Now, one final sort of portion of this video is going to be a couple of little anecdotal things and a couple of little stories for you. So I hope you enjoy that. And I think I'm going to kick it off with the most obvious one, which is the fork mic. So the fork mic was a gift from one of my housemates. It was a Christmas gift in 2024, and he basically got all of us who live in this house it's like an extendable fork, like a telescopic fork. It does this. So, as you can imagine, that's quite funny at the dinner table. However, it gets quite long quite quickly. So I decided to repurpose mine as a fork mic for my YouTube because my microphones have a nice magnet at the back of them. So I thought, why not? So yeah, I repurposed it as a fork mic, and the fork mic became its own entity with its own fan club and everything. So yeah, apologies for those who missed fork mic over the past few days, past few videos rather. But yeah, he's been a staple since the first video he featured in, which was 2024. That was my last video of 2024. But there we go. Second anecdote is about this. So the hat. Everybody knows me for the hat. It's one of those staples of my appearance. Appearance? It's one of those staples of my appearance, apparently. So this hat I got up in Edinburgh. It is a Nike hat, and I got it in a skate shop. And the reason why I got it is because I couldn't feel my ears. It was absolutely freezing. I think it was like -4 when I was up there. And the wind chill factor was even worse than that. So I needed to get a hat quite quickly, otherwise my ears were going to fall off. And I found that one. I loved it was simple. It didn't have any silly designs on it, nothing like that. It was literally just a simple straight up hat. It was 15 quid, and I picked it up. I was very happy with it, and I pretty much wore it non-stop ever since. I stopped wearing it about a month or two ago, just because it was far too hot to wear a woolly hat, and I switched it out for my cap that you've seen, the cap with the green brim. I like that, but I'll probably jump back to that in the winter time when it's a bit colder outside, because currently, as we sit right now, it is about 25.5 degrees in Newcastle, which is where I live, and yeah, it's hot. Now, I appreciate I'm wearing all black, but it's hot. So yeah, so that is the story of the red hat. And the red hat then went on to be part of my logo. So the red logo that you've seen of the Tyrannid bursting through my face, that was designed by Dead Doll 13. And yeah, it's just a cool little hat, and I like it. I recently picked up a Bamboo Mini 3D printer. So I actually printed myself off a microphone holder for my mic. However, there's now currently like a divide in the community as to which one's better. Who knows? So yeah, I prefer this just because it feels like a little bit more professional, but I understand this because this has got a lot more personality, and it is indeed fork mic. Any more anecdotes to share about myself? Oh, Relentless Matt. So Relentless is my favourite energy drink. I've been drinking it since I was 10. I am now 32. I completely forgot how old I was then. So yeah, I've been drinking it for 22 years, and it's kind of my drink. People know me as the guy who drinks Relentless, because all of my friends drink Monster in one way, shape or form, and I'm pretty much the only one who drinks Relentless. So it's like, oh, do you want a can of Relentless? Like when anybody goes to shop, they'll always bring us back instinctively a can of Relentless, just because they know that I like it. Like in the same way that I would bring them back a can of Monster or whatever. I don't drink hot drinks. I don't like them. I've never liked hot drinks. I just don't understand them. They just don't make sense. Don't like tea or coffee, nothing like that. So I just stick with me Relentless. Sometimes a can of pop. But yeah, so I imaginatively thought up the name Relentless Matt because Relentless is a descriptor and also my favourite drink. there you go. So the more you know. I think that's it. That's all I've got for you. That's all I've got for you. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled over the next few weeks. There's going to be loads of stuff happening, content-wise, both on my Instagram page and on YouTube. There's going to be a couple of videos coming out over the next couple of weeks. I'll be starting a new gang for Necromunda soon. I'll be continuing on my Ashways Nomads as well, because I've got quite a lot of them still to do, but I've been testing out some different painting styles and that sort of stuff on bases. So I've been doing loads of stuff in preparation for a couple of little projects that I've got going on, which obviously I'll be divulging with yourselves. But outside of that, it's all exciting, it's all systems go, and I'm really looking forward to sharing the next 12 months of the Relentless Matt YouTube channel and seeing what happens there. So on that note, I'm going to bid you adieu until next time. So if you are new around here and you haven't done so already, please feel free to subscribe. It really helps me out. I'm trying to get 1,000 subscribers, hopefully by the end of the year. After my last video, I got like a huge uptick of people coming to the channel. So if you are new and you haven't seen my content before, hi, welcome to the channel. I'm glad that you're here and I'm hoping that you'll stay. Outside of that, please feel free to like and subscribe. Remember that the giveaway will be announced on Instagram on September 1st, and that's if you like and comment on this video, and then you like and comment on the Instagram post saying the fork mic sent me here, or fork mic sent me here. Okay. Outside of that, I've been Matt. This has been my beard. This has been Fork Mike. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you have a good day. Catch you later, guys.